Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Running Journey. I am Rob Tatro. I am joining you live from Prince Edward Island for the second episode of Run With Rob PEI, Run With Rob 3.0, the greatest 2 weeks that any runner could ever ask for, surrounded by family, friends, get to run every single day, a marathon in the morning. It's a blast. I'm meeting people. You're going to see in this episode here, it covers days 5 through 9, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and there's a couple kind of slower days towards the end, day 7 and 8, and then day 9 really picks up with the funks. And there's a lot of activity happening. There's a lot of movement, and there's a lot of stories that I share. I hope you guys enjoy this episode as much as I do. I am loving my time in PEI. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy the episode. Day 5 recap, The Running Journey. I'm Rob Tatro. My brother is not here today. Special guest instead of my brother. I got my mom, Annette Grenier Tatro. Good to have you here, Mom.
Yes, great to be here.
Yeah, today was a fun day, different day, but definitely a fun day. We pulled an audible. I know we were talking all week about my mom running on Friday, but we went out and looked at that run this morning, and it was one, it was incredibly hilly, but two, it was narrow, very narrow for the second half of that morning half marathon. So kilometers 1 to 6 were on the ocean, but then there was a rough stretch through Rusticoville and Brackley Beach and all this. So you decided to change your marathon and you're doing it tomorrow morning instead.
That's right.
So I ran this morning with Uncle Mo for 5-6K. Then I listened to some podcasts for a bit, and then I ran with my old buddy, JP Tobid, my old roommate from Moncton. I've talked about him on this podcast. Him and I guess we go way back. We were roommates together in university, volleyball teammates, roommates, and we've remained friends since. Our families are friends. His kids came out today. His family was there. I always enjoy my time with him. JP was in the pain cave. You saw JP today, Mom? What do you think of his effort?
He had an enormous effort, especially, I guess, in the last half, because he slowed it down in the third half there, but in the about three-quarter ways. But last quarter of the race, he really speeded it up. I think he said it was because of the heat. The heat was getting to him, and then it got cloudy, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, the third quarter of that second half, sorry to use fractions here, but the third quarter of the second half, we were walking quite a bit with JP. He was having a hard time. It was a pain cave. It was sunny, direct, no overcloud, the wind was in our face. It was not pleasant, and he was hurting. He said, I think I need to walk. I said, okay. Then I was thinking, okay, he's walking now. We still have 10K left. I thought it was going to be a long day for JP. But as per usual, he dug deep. And as you said, he found another gear, finished. I don't know what my time was today because I think it was something like, I don't even know, 440 or something, 450 maybe. I don't know. I think JP finished around 230. And then I think the morning one was 215, I think. Did the first, anyways, I like running at 6 and a quarter. That's what I've been noticed. I like running, but I mean, today's elevation was monstrous. Just a ton of elevation change. But it's crazy how today flew by again. I don't know. I think today it flew by because I felt bad for JP. I don't know why when someone else is suffering, I don't know, it makes it easier for me because I guess I'm trying to get them through the next mile, trying to tell stories. I'm focused on trying to get them through, and it takes away from my pain, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, all in all, this was probably the nicest scenery day, would you say?
Scenery, I think probably the nicest, I would say.
Depends what you like, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
but the end of the last one was pretty awesome as well.
Yeah.
But the elevation was horrible.
Yeah, there's this park, because there's two parks. There's the Cavendish Park, which is gorgeous, these red cliffs. Then the second half of today, we were in the Prince Edward Island Park, I think, provincial park. and it's got the dunes of whatever. Well, yeah, what do they call them? The dunes of Cavenport or Davenport or something like that. It's just on the north side there. Really, really nice. And obviously the ocean, the beaches, a lot of people. PEI, like I keep saying this, but you got to check this island out. We went for a nice little lunch, hung out with JP and his family. So I do want to give a shout out to JP. Before talking about your race tomorrow, I want to give a shout out to JP. He did some fundraising. He raised some funds. He's always a supporter. Thank you, JP, and his family, Amy, Alexia, and Max. They're a great, great family from Miramichi, New Brunswick. Thank you for coming out. Mom, you've been training 17 weeks. Tomorrow is your big day. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm so excited though. So hope I can sleep. That's the big question, right? My sleep is not always good. And so if I get bad sleep, really makes a big difference for me. So that's my biggest worry. But I've put the miles in and I've put the training in. It's more time than miles, I would say, that I've put in. But I've done the 16, 17 week program.
The hay is in the barn.
It'll be what it will be, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you've never ran. A year ago you weren't even moving.
No, I just had a hip replacement in June, so a lot of recovery. But I had osteoarthritis in that one hip, and I had pain every day. So, you need to fix that, right? So I did. I got the hip replacement.
How long are these hips good for?
I'm thinking 25 years.
Okay, perfect.
So I don't know if they're good for 25 years if you run on them, but in 15 years they'll have better hips anyways, right?
They'll give you a new hip in 15 years. No, you got to enjoy the day.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy the day. So you've been training. I've been following you on Strava. You've been so religious with your mileage. You've just been every day you're hammering out your jogs and you're crushing your workouts and you're doing it. You're doing what, 5 or 6 workouts a week?
So I put in my Garmin coach. I told him make me a program.
Tell us how you ended up building a program.
Yeah, I said make me a program for 17 weeks. I put the day, and I said I want to do a half marathon, and I said I want to train 5 days a week, and I always I put a rest day before my long run and a rest day after. And they created a program for me. Now, I have to say that those first 4 weeks, wow, that's a lot of base training there in those first 4 weeks. But I guess you got to do that. You got to build that base.
You were just doing zone 2 miles or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
But
it wasn't in zone 2. It was a time, and it would tell me at which pace. And at the beginning, my heart rate was rising a lot. Like it took those 4 weeks.
It was a battle.
It was a battle, yes, to get the miles.
Did you want to quit?
Sometimes, yes.
Did you think of throwing in the towel and not doing?
A few times, I have lupus. So sometimes my lupus does flare up and the inflammation does build. So sometimes, I never did miss a workout, but sometimes it would give me the option every time of doing like 30 minutes, and if you're feeling great, add on another 20 minutes. So a few times when I had quite a bit of pain, I did only that 30 minutes, and I did not add those 20 extra minutes.
I don't count that as missing a workout.
No, I didn't miss them. So I did. I also, about midway, I suffered a little bit of hip pain. Not the leg that I've been.
The other one that you're going to need a new hip in soon.
Yeah. I'm hoping I won't have to do that, but I did the physio, and I went to see my physiotherapist. I massage therapy. I did all of it. Did some laser, and no, it went away. So.
And you've never run 10Ks or halves or marathons ever in your life prior to this?
Well, I did run the PEI run.
Yeah, as part of this training.
Yeah, as part of this training, but no, I had never run anything.
Yeah, you were never a runner. You were very fit. You were very active all your life. But it wasn't cardio. It wasn't running.
No, I never ran.
You lifted weights.
Yeah, did weights. I played sports, but never ran.
So this is quite the endeavor to take on in your 70th year on the planet.
It is.
So I want to say how inspiring that has been. And Papa said, your husband, my father, said today or yesterday he mentioned like how you inspired him to run.
Well, yeah, he just says, well, here I am sitting and reading my paper, and I see my wife go out every morning. But it's not because of me that I'm doing this. It's because of you, right? You and Charlie. So, you guys inspired me. So if you guys can do that, why can't I just do a half marathon, right? I mean, I'm sure I can do this, right? So
you definitely can. You definitely can do a half marathon, and I guess we're going to find out tomorrow.
I will get this done.
Yes. So tomorrow the plan is we're getting up bright and early.
Yeah.
We're going to go out there. We're going to make sure we get your grams of carbs in. We're going to make sure we get your hydration in. Yeah. We're going to make sure we're ready to optimize your performance. This is your A race. You've been working very hard for this, so we're going to try to deliver the best possible time we can for you. And plan, like one of the goals. What are your goals tomorrow? You know what? I don't even care. But one goal is to finish.
That's my main goal.
Yeah, okay. To finish the half marathon, and then if you meet your time goals, that's fine. They don't matter. You know what they are, but that's fine. Anyways, I'm excited for you. I've been excited for a long time. I've been really pumped that you're doing this. And there's your alarm for bedtime.
No, it's my alarm for medication,
Okay, medication. Well, you're an inspiration. I want to thank you for coming. You've been volunteering. You've been helping. It's pretty cool to have you here with me. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm excited to run with you tomorrow.
And I'm excited to run with Rob. Okay. This will be my first time running with Rob.
Well, you walked.
I did a few
miles
practice runs.
No, but even last year you walked some.
Yes, I did the third. That was the year before. I did
2 years ago.
Yeah, I did.
You walked a portion of it.
I think I did about 6K the year before.
Okay.
But my hip was really sore at that time.
That.
So
that was the walking leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow's the day. I can't wait. Let's go at it and let's go get it. That's it for day one, guys. Wish us luck. Tomorrow morning, my mom attempts her first half marathon.
We'll see you then.
Day 6. Recap, Run with Rob and the running journey. I'm live in the car, just finished, and I got a crew with me. Woo! All right, look at that. I got TJ, I got my Matansu, Uncle Mo, I got my son, Alexandre, and I got my mom. Mom, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Mom ran, you just heard the prior episode, you know that she attempted to run her first ever half marathon today, and I will let you in on a little secret. She crushed it. She had a bunch of goals. She had one was just to finish. She had some other goals, and she hit every single one of her goals. She even negatived her first ever half marathon. She finished with her 2 or 3 fastest miles at the end. She ran it perfectly. Very, very proud of my mom. Mama, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel as though it's, this was one of the hardest goals that I set for myself. And to accomplish it was just the most rewarding thing for me. It was hard, but, just so rewarding. And it was one of the greatest accomplishments that I've made, because I knew it was going to be hard, and at the beginning you don't know if you're going to get there, but I did, so it was great.
Yeah, did you ever? And I was looking at those miles and I was thinking, I thought you would do, and this is not a chirp, but I'm just going to tell you this, I thought you would do like everyone else who runs their first long race, and kind of like 99% of people kind of somewhat collapse. They're around kilometer 15 or 16 or 17, and they can't do it. Even though they've trained, even though it's harder, they haven't. And I don't want to say I was waiting for that to happen, but I don't see anyone avoid that. So I was pretty impressed that you didn't go through that.
Yeah, so my Garmin trainer, the most I had ever done was basically 9 miles. I know you might talk in kilometers, but I've been training in miles, so 9 miles. And I knew that barring an injury, I could do the 13. I knew I could do that.
How? How did you know that?
Because those 9 miles felt easy. I was doing them at a very slow pace. My Garmin trainer was telling me to go slow, and I went slow, and I could do it. So I knew that if it became really, really hard, I could just slow down, and I could get it done.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. A lot of people think, oh, I know I can do 13 miles, and they can't.
Okay.
Most people, I can do 13 miles, and they can't. I know I can. I did 10 miles, I did 9 miles, and they can't. So
Okay.
you did something special today. You did something that I don't pretty much ever see anyone do. So negative their first race ever in their life. So
Well, okay, so a few things I kept saying to myself, and I said, Rob, if I'm going too fast, you let me know. And right away, oh, you're going too fast, Mom. First mile, I'm going too fast.
Second mile, third
going
mile.
too fast. So slow down.
It was like running with Charlie. Like, oh, we agree on a pace, and we think, okay, we're going to do this. And every time I look at my watch, you're ahead of me. You're trying to go faster. You felt so good.
At the beginning, I did feel really, really good, but I knew what my max or threshold heart rate would be. I had checked that out a little bit when I was doing like fast finishes. So I knew that I had to keep it. My heart rate is pretty high. I knew that I had to keep it under. My watch was saying 166. I had to keep it under 166. So the last 2 kilometers, I said I think I got a little bit more left in the tank, and I want to go a little harder. So
Yeah, I told you that's this is where we started this morning. Donaldson Road, right around here. That's where we started this morning. We're driving back towards the Airbnb. I told you at the end there, 2 miles left. I said, there's no more pace now. You go by feel. If you think you can go, just go. Like, don't forget about the watch. In fact, you were looking at your watch on that last mile, and I didn't say anything, but I wanted to tell you, stop looking at your watch. Just like, there's 1 mile left. Like, just go by feel. Like, it's like, but I think it was helping you to slow down.
It helps me slow down, and because I know my body, and I knew that I could not keep up like a really hard pace, right? So I was remembering a few things that Carolyn had said.
Carolyn Coffin, host of Inspired Souls, which we'll be talking more about her in a sec here.
Yeah. So she had said, like, I set myself out like a 5 minutes, and at the end, that's what I was doing. I was setting my goals for 5 minutes. I need to do this for only 5 minutes, and I could manage it. Like, sometimes you can't, right?
Short-term goals.
Yeah, short-term 5-minute goals. So that really helped me.
Terry Fox didn't run across Canada.
No.
He ran to the next pole. He ran to the next curve. He ran to the next bush. That's what he says in his book. And Tyler Mislachuk, Canadian Olympian, always pulls down 20 seconds of courage, 20 seconds at a time when it gets tough. So I'm glad you were chopping that down in small pieces.
Yeah.
You probably found it more manageable.
Yeah, I did. And although it was, like, my heart rate still went up to like 175 or whatever, but hey, I mean...
That's supposed to happen on race day.
Yeah, it was.
This was your A race, and if you don't reach your absolute max heart rate on your A race, you left some time out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, that rarely happens, but you didn't. You left 0 seconds out there. I don't think you could have run a more perfect race. I honestly don't think you could have run faster, because you were gassed at the end.
At the end, yes, I was.
You were done. You were...
Yep.
And had you gone a tad harder, 2 miles, 3 miles out,
No.
maybe you would have bonked.
I think, yeah, I was really worried about that, because
She listens to our podcast.
Yeah, and
Kind of a good podcast. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about it.
yeah, so everybody starts too fast. Everybody goes out too quick. And okay, so asked you to pace me, and you did, and that really helped. So
it was an absolute clinic on how to run a race for someone who's never run a race. So I said this to you after you finished, but I'm saying it to you now. Like, that was inspiring. That was unbelievable from a guy who's run with hundreds. I'm not kidding. I've run with hundreds of people doing their first half marathon over the 3 years I've been doing this, and it never goes like that. So congrats, you pulled something off special.
So when I first started out, I said, okay, what's something? Can I talk more about this?
Yes, let's go. It's a podcast. What are you, Charlie?
So I had a goal of 240, and that's what I put into my Garmin. That's what I wanted to do, is 240. But halfway in, I got an injury a little bit. My leg wasn't, I guess, doing what it should be, so I had to do some physio. Never missed a workout. I had to cut them back a bit, but seeing that, I said, okay, I got to readjust my goal. And then I ran a little bit more, and then I said, okay, I think 250 would be a reasonable goal. And that's what my second goal was, is after reevaluation, I set it at 250.
But 240 you picked out of the air. It wasn't based on anything.
No, it wasn't based on anything at all.
Yeah, so when you first told me your goal, I thought it was a little aggressive. I thought...
because I had never done a marathon.
Well, and that's pretty fast for...
a 70-year-old.
It's very fast for a 70-year-old and who's never run. And I just didn't want you to have a bad experience.
No, but it was a great experience.
And
so
you ended up doing a minute and a half negative.
Yeah.
And
246.
246, and you wanted to keep all your miles at 13 or faster. I think we had one at 13:03 or something.
Yeah.
So that's 8-minute kilometers for those of you out there watching that. So every kilometer was at 8 minutes or faster. So,
and at the end, I got those two last kilometers. What was the pace on those? 11.
Well, the last 2.5 miles were in the 12s and then 11 for your last one. So you were busting.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure the nutrition was right, and so everything seemed... I hadn't slept very well the night before, so that worried me a little bit.
Yeah, but what did I tell you?
Yeah, but it was cool, so that was a plus, a bonus.
You never sleep before your big races anyways, so just if you get any sleep, that's a bonus. It's a gravy. Expect no sleep, and if you're somehow able to sleep, that's bonus.
Yeah. And... where do we go after?
Oh, wait. I'm hosting the podcast here, not you, Mom. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. I can't just say whatever I want.
No. We can talk about the race if you want further.
Oh, it was great. The race was fantastic.
I'll get to that. I'll get to the coolest. I got to talk about a few things here. So I got to talk about the Coffins.
Oh, yes. Right.
So Josh Coffin. So the Coffins... you guys have been listening to this podcast. You know that they beat us in a race, blah, blah, blah. I might as well get my second contractually obligated time to tell every one of you guys out there that they are faster than Charlie and I at running 5Ks. We get it. They're fast. They're good. They beat us in the 5K mic check relay. We love them. But they have family in PEI. John's family. John's originally from Scotchford. Did I get that right? Scotchford. Just outside of Morel. Here where I jogged today, and he had sent me a photo, and he told me, my family, they're busy, but they might come out. Well, guess who shows up on the trail today when we're running? Johnny's brother and his sister-in-law and some of their friends, and they had a crew there, and they ran with us. It was cool. It was cool because one, they threw it in our face that they beat us at the 5K, but two, they were so pleasant, much like their brother in Manitoba, slightly faster brother. Josh, I don't think runs as much as Johnny, but he was certainly game for, what did he do? You think 8K or something?
Yeah. Josh is older though than Johnny.
Yeah.
So,
but he looks like he's younger than me by quite a bit. Yeah. Josh, Melissa, and Andrew, and I don't know who the other people were, but there was quite a bit of a crew today, so that was cool. Cyclist, and we had a crowd, and I was a little worried because they were talking a lot, and those were the tough miles for you.
Yeah.
Did that help or hinder?
I think it helped. I didn't have to talk to you.
Take your mind. Yeah, you didn't have to talk to me. Take your mind off of the pain cave, because I was like, oh, these are going to be the hardest miles for her. And they showed up, and I was like, perfect timing. So that was cool. Thank you for guys for coming out. We've had a lot of people just randomly come out. And then I ran with this Mike guy. Mike Sauter is his last name. And he looks like he's 35 and apparently he's 56. Crushing a half marathon. Anyways, had no issues. He ended up doing more than a half marathon because he got dropped off at a different spot. He had told me, so I had a great day with Mike. The convos were flying. I love running with locals because they just, like, I didn't have to think today. He was filling the time. The miles flew by. But then he told me a few days ago, he says, hey, we're going to this, now you can talk about your
It's okay. Go ahead.
No. Now I'm asking you about it, Mama. So now you can talk about
We
it.
had the greatest, I guess it's a Nordic spa experience ever, especially after running. Oh, the cool plunge. I think that will help my inflammation a lot. So,
Matant, Sue, what did you do at this Nordic spa? What did you do?
Well, I did the hot tub and then the cool plunge, and then went for a little nap in this little, where there's little beds and they're really comfortable, and you lay on there and you fall asleep.
What do they call it? The restoration room.
Restoration.
It was a nap room. Let's get
It's
serious.
a nap room. Yeah.
It was 32 degrees in there.
You weren't going in there without a nap. Everybody's napsing in there.
TJ, you got some Z's up there?
Oh yeah, lost track of time. I woke up and I was nervous. I overslept actually. But no, it felt unreal. Fantastic stuff.
You kind of wake up and you're, where am I? What's happening?
I know. I heard some snoring as well, so I wasn't alone in the nap boat. But yeah, it was a great time.
May or may not have been me. Uncle Mo, you had a good recovery there today?
Loved it. Yeah, we did 3 cold plunges and three hot tubs. We did some sauna, and I was worried that Rob would never get out of the nap room.
I was crushing naps in the nap room. It was so cool. It's like a Thermia experience if you've ever gone there in Winnipeg. I've never gone to Thermia, but this was something else. It makes me want to go. I can't believe how awesome the timing was. We finished right at the road where this I guess the nap place or the cold plunge and hot plunge and the sauna and the steam and the buckets of cold water on your head and whatever they were doing. It was just the most relaxed I've been for sure. And we had a great meal. Hey, Alexandre?
Oh, yeah.
My son, Alexandre, is here. I've been talking about him quite a bit. I'm excited to have him here with us. How was your meal, buddy?
It was very delicious. The steak was perfectly made. It had this fancy green sauce. I'm not sure what it was.
Pesto.
Oh yes, pesto. And it had
How was your smoothie?
the smoothie was so good. It was pink, and it was
Strawberry smoothie.
yeah.
Nice. How was your camp? You've been gone for a month. You've been gone from home for a month. How was it?
Oh yeah. It
Translation? It wasn't good, I guess.
it was interesting to step outside my comfort zone and talk to a bunch of people I didn't know before, and then getting to know them. And
Can I tell the laundry story?
sure.
When you texted me that second week, I was like, hey, have you done your laundry yet? And you're like, yeah, I did the washing on Monday and I'll get to the drying on Friday. And I was like, dude, no, you got to do them back to back.
Yeah, so the whole group chat was telling whose Smiley Laundry isn't the thing, and it was mine because I forgot. I didn't know that. You had to do and yeah, oops.
Nah, it's fine, dude. Hey, you know how many times I've left stinky laundry out in dorms in my life? It's just part of dorm life. Anyways, I'm so glad to have you here, buddy. So glad to have you here. Today was an awesome day. I know I keep using adjectives, but I really, I'm trying to convey how good I'm feeling, how fun my days are. Today, I definitely earned my day, and I look forward to earning my day tomorrow. That's it for day 2, guys. 42 kilometers in the books. Heart rate today was 113, I think. So, that's heart rate average 113. So, I feel good, man. I feel good. All right, that's it for today. One more shout out from the crew. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, day 7, Run with Rob is in the books. driving back from the absolute northeast tip of the island. We went and toured what we're running tomorrow. We checked out the island. We checked out the lighthouses. I'm in the car with Uncle Mo and Claude. Gentlemen.
Hey!
All right, they're here. They're
Feeling
alive.
good.
Feeling good. Mo, are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, do you have a run coming up?
I do have a run coming up.
And?
A bit nervous. It's on Friday, I think.
Friday, and that's his third ever half marathon that Mo's going to be running. He's been training, so I think you look good, Mo, for what it's worth.
Well, I'll get a run in today, maybe. Yeah.
What is this? A horse and buggy?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hit the horse.
No, I'm not gonna hit the horse, but I'll be more nervous if I follow close.
So today was like the back on the Confederation Trail. I jumped on it in St. Peter's Bay. I did the entire stretch on the trail, and it was a hot day, and it was a weird hot because I don't know. Was there wind today, guys? I didn't feel any wind.
Not too much. Very little wind.
Very little wind.
Least wind of the trip.
Least wind of the trip.
You're
Yeah.
crushing it today. You're crushing it.
Oh, Mo says I was crushing it. Yeah, the pace was pretty good. I think I did roughly 6-minute kilometers, kind of the whole way through.
Almost on the dot.
Almost on the dot, says my dad. 6-minute kilometers, pretty much the whole way through. People have been asking me about nutrition, hydration, shoes, other details, podcasts. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what the day-to-day looks like, just for you guys to have an idea. We're usually up at or before 5 is typically the wake-up time, depending on how long the drive is, depending on where we're going, what we have to do. I like to eat 3 to 4 pouches of oatmeal prior to leaving the door, and I add some chocolate graham crumble on there. It's pretty good. I drink a bottle of water with electrolyte mix in it on the way out, and I basically just eat and I start. That's kind of what I do. I get to the trail and I run. My goal for carbs, grams, so I measure my totals in grams of carbs. I try to aim, my coach always says kind of 50 to 100, somewhere in there, and the more max effort, the more you need. And, you know, if you can get 100 in and you need it and you need to recover, you should be doing that. So I kind of started first day I was light. I was just light out of the chute on day one. I was excited. I guess I wasn't. So I asked my aunt and my dad and whoever else to track my grams of carbs. Today, Claude, what do you think I ate?
Today you ate 363 carbs.
363, he
In
says.
4 hours.
So maybe arguably a tad light. I'm not sure. But I think I had something like 10. So I get my carbs, most of my carbs through Scratch. It's the bike fueling. It's liquid carbs. So it's a scoop of Scratch. You put it in your water. You dilute it. We do 2 scoops in a 600 ml Gatorade bottle, and I just crush it when I see them. I just drink it in one sitting, like one standing. Uncle Mo gives me the bottle. I pound it. I give it back to him. And then Claude or whoever usually gives me a Cliff Bar, some gels, a banana. I try to mix it up just basically by feel. But I want to have at least, ideally I have 1 bottle of Scratch an hour plus another 40 to 50 grams of carbs. So that could be 1 Cliff Bar, could be 2 gels, could be a gel and a banana, anything in there. But I try to do about 90 is kind of the number. If I can hit, I know I'm feeling good. And if I'm hungry, I do more. And today I'm looking at a 4-liter jug of water here. It's my second one. There's about a liter left, less than a liter left. So I went through about 7 liters. I'd say about 5.5 was on the race. And then the rest has been after. I've been hydrating a ton. I always hydrate at the lunch that we have after. We immediately after finishing, we sit down, we find a diner, and we crush some food, crush as much as I possibly can. 2 breakfasts or whatever. I just eat. And I just eat as much as I can. And then today I walked out of that lunch and I had a chocolate bar at the gas station, and then I had an ice cream sandwich at the other gas station. I never want to be hungry. Did I get that right about the carbs, guys? Am I close?
I think you're right on per hour.
Yeah, well, obviously it's per hour. It's 50 to 100 per hour, obviously. My dad wants me to clarify. Yeah,
It's a bit per race.
yeah, it's not, definitely not 50 to 90, 50 to 100 per race. It's definitely 50 to 90, 50 to 100 per hour. I'm trying to get to 90 per hour. And if it's a slower effort, I still do roughly 360 if I can, because then it just means I worked longer but less intensity. Hydration, yeah, I've been doing, I did almost 1.5 liters an hour today. So coach said, do it. This worst case you pee. Then when it comes to shoes, I brought 3 pairs of shoes. I brought my Hokas. I brought 2 pairs of Hokas. I brought my old Hokas that I wore last year. I wore them for pretty much the entire. I brought my new Hokas that I wore for my 100-miler backyard. They're so comfortable. But I've noticed that I'm liking my trail shoes. I wore them on the first run, and then I went to my Hokas, and I went back to the trail shoes, my trail Nikes. I've been wearing them every day. They're just so comfortable. I've had 0 foot issues. So I know Coach Patrick said I should be switching my shoes at the halfway point, and maybe he's right. But I mean, if I don't feel any pain or any discomfort or any issues, I'm just not going to mess with the winning formula. Today after the marathon, so today I did the marathon, and I don't even know. What did you say, Claude? 4 hours and 6? 4 hours and 8?
4 hours and 6, yeah.
4 hours and 8, something like that.
Exactly 6. Yeah.
So it was 6-minute kilometers, a tad faster, I guess. But afterwards, we went to the lighthouse at the East Point. I went and scouted the jog for tomorrow. It's a lot of jogging on no-shoulder roads, a lot of hills, a lot of elevation. I'm getting off the trail tomorrow. Surprisingly, I'm excited about that. As much as I love that trail, I had a hard time today mentally. Physically, I feel great. I have no injuries. I had a hard time mentally today. Just the miles, they weren't disappearing. I don't know. Mo said maybe. What was your theory, Mo?
I know.
Something like I was going that fast.
Maybe you're going too fast. I know you were a bit grumpy at one point.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What I don't like, and I'll tell you guys this since it's a podcast, I don't like when people keep asking me if I'm hurting. How hard is it? It looks pretty hard. Are you struggling, Rob? It's the worst thing someone can ask me. Because now, I know I'm struggling. I don't need you to tell me that I'm struggling. I don't need you to say, oh, how hard is it? Or looks like you're hurting. Looks like you're struggling. I hate those questions. So maybe that's why I was grumpy. Yeah, I know I'm struggling. I don't need to hear it. But maybe that's why I was grumpy. I don't know. Or I was grumpy because the miles were not disappearing today. I had to count the miles, and I haven't counted miles since day 2. So that's not a good sign when you're counting miles. It means they're not going away. But I still feel very good physically. I felt really good. And it was a hot day. So I'm going to chalk it up to that. My family gets here later today. I'm excited about that. My wife and kids are getting here. Derek and his family also. So it's going to be a busy, busy house. Today we move from the lighthouse in Cimbria, whatever the heck it's called. Basically just outside of New Glasgow. And we're going to Stratford. So excited for that. We stopped at the beach. Claude, what do you think of the beach?
It was gorgeous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of the roads up around where we were today?
They're very scenic and beautiful.
No, but you got to, the story of how...
The side roads were sandy gravel roads, and they were 2 feet wide or 3 feet wide. It was very narrow, and we could have gone all the way around, but in order to beat you on the trail, we had to go on those little gravel roads, and we hit a road there that Mo had to get out and lift 4 trees at 4 times because trees had fallen right in the middle of the road. in the bush there. So it was a bit rustic, I guess, but it was great.
Different than everywhere else on the island.
Yes.
All right, you got through, and I saw you guys every 5 or 6K today. It was perfect. Maybe I was grumpy, but it felt good. All right, guys, that's it for day 7, halfway done. Thanks, guys. We'll check in tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm going to do a day 8 recap here on the running journey, Prince Edward Island. Day 8 was a good day. I did have mostly solo miles again for the second day. So yesterday, my uncle made a joke, said that, you're grumpy. I don't know if I'd say I was grumpy. I certainly didn't think I was grumpy, but I certainly was counting the miles, and they were long. Like, those miles were long today, and they were long yesterday. So today I was in the extreme tip, eastern tip of the island. I started just outside of Elmira, so that's the end of the Confederation Trail, and then I basically hopped on a road. I went all the way to the tip of the island. I went to the tip. I came back. Some traffic. All of these miles were by myself, and then it got hot, and I finished on a dirt road, and I was happy to be done. Like, it was yesterday and today, both days, I was happy to be done. They were tougher days for sure, but I'll say this: I'm feeling great physically. I am phenomenal. I'm excited about what's left ahead of me. I believe almost the rest of the way here, I'm sold out, if not all of it. So it's pretty exciting what I got coming up here. So I'm really excited. Past halfway point. My family's here now. Derek and his family are here. I'll be running with Derek in the next couple of days, I think. So that's always a fun day because he doesn't train, and it's curious to see how he'll do. So anyways, toughest miles so far for sure, last 2 days, but I feel fantastic health-wise. Mentally, the miles were a bit slow, but like PEI, this place is like something else. It is so beautiful. So anyways, it'll be a short one today, just a brief one. Just want to update you guys. I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm going to raise a ton of money. I'm meeting a lot of people, and people are signing up like crazy for this race. So thanks for tuning in, guys. That's it for today. A bit tired, so I'm just going to hit the hay. Okay, day 9 here on the island, as I like to call it. A non-islander, or what am I calling it? There's another name for it. Potato Pete gave me the name. A non-local, an islander, anyways, I forget. But I'm not from here, and it's clear that I'm not from here. But I'm starting to think I should maybe move here. Oh my God, I love it out here. The Airbnb that we have right now is unbelievable in Stratford, overlooking the harbor, I guess, or whatever, the Charlottetown spot. There was a cruise ship in tonight, and like, it's like one of these monster cruise ships. I know that's not that cool, but anyways, the birds and the animals and the tides, like, the water goes up and down. I don't know how many feet, like 4 or 5 feet maybe. So like when the low tide goes out, you see all the rocks, and the kids go out and they find seashells, and we went to Tea Hill Beach. It's just been quite the trip. But let's talk about running, because that's what you guys are here to hear about. You don't care about my personal life, my personal stories, or do you? Today I ran with the Funks, and I know that you guys heard a little bit of flatness in my voice over the last couple of days. The Funks today gave me exactly what I needed, which was a dose of jest, of energy, of life. They were fun to run with today. I ran with the entire family. They did a marathon relay. So that means between all of them, they did a marathon. So started off with, this is Derek Funk. He's my business partner. He's a beauty. I've talked about him in the past on the podcast. He's the guy. My brother and I have debated whether or not he'd be able to break 2 hours last year at Run With Rob. He trained a little bit last year, and he broke 2 hours. And the story was he will forever be a sub 2 hour half marathoner. And he was kind of a cross country athlete in high school, and he's been focusing on his golf a lot. And anyways, he's dialed into his golf, shot 66 and won the club championship in LeBroke. Anyways, that doesn't matter. What matters though is he told me ahead of time that he wasn't training for this one. I said, well, why? He says, well, I'd rather just suffer one day than suffer for like 5-6 weeks, twice a week. I said, first off, twice a week for 5-6 weeks, that's not a training program. That's a not dying program. Second of all, I guess he's not like me. He doesn't like running for running. But anyways, he didn't train, or I think he did a couple 5K jogs, I think. I don't know exactly how much, but not a lot. Not enough, let me tell you, if I'm foreshadowing here how this day ends. Anyway, so Derek has been running Run With Rob every year with me. Those are the only half marathons he's ever done in his life. I think he did a 2:03 or 2:05 or something the first year in Winnipeg. He's doing this just to support me. It's pure torture. He hates it with a passion. But I guess it gives him a reason to, maybe he feels like I'm forcing him to do it. I don't know. But it's like, anyways, he does it, and I'm thankful for him. He'll never listen to this podcast. He thinks it's Loserville, all this running that I'm doing. But no, I think deep down he respects it. But he certainly is never going to do another half marathon again. He promised me that today. Anyways, the funks today were just like a jolt of energy. Like I drank 5 Red Bulls, man. It was just so awesome. It was just what I needed. So I gave my parents and my Uncle Mo and my Aunt Sue the day off today. And I went, and the funks and I came, and Tyson came. Tyson's super fun to have on the road too. And when my son saw that everyone was going, my son's like, I want to come run too, Dad. So my son, who's not scheduled to run till Sunday, the last day, is like, I want to come run. So I was like, oh, awesome. Here's the kid who doesn't want to run at all, ever. But he's been really good at it. He's been crushing half marathons and 5Ks and 10Ks, and just got up at 5:30 and decided to come run. So our days, people are kind of asking me, what do the days look like? Well, the days are kind of, depending on how long our drive is, I'm up anywhere around 4:45 to 5:15, 5:30 maybe. And then it's eat as much as I can, out the door, and then get to the spot where we're running, depending on how long the drive is. This west coast here, east coast of the island, the drives are long. Yesterday was like an hour 20, and today's like, I think it was an hour 6 or something. Because there's no population out in this east side of the island. It was so hard to get Airbnbs out here. So instead, we booked in Stratford, which is like a suburb of Charlottetown, and it's so nice. And I don't regret that choice for one iota. There's 19 of us in this little Airbnb. It's not little, it's a mansion. And we're all staying under the same roof, and all the kids are playing together, and the adults are, shooting the breeze. And, my mom makes a meal one day, then my wife and Derek, and everyone's chipping in, and it's just so cool. So that's one of the things I love so much about this journey, this Run With Rob thing, is the people that it brings together. It's pretty special. Yeah, I'm getting emotional just talking about it here. But anyways, back to today. I was so pumped to be running with the funk. So Derek's wife, Nicole, did the first 5K. She wanted to run in cool weather, and the temperature for today was not looking great. We've had some really warm, hot-ish days. It's my fault. It's July. And I picked July, and I wanted to run in July because I wanted my family out here. So picked to do it. Sorry, my son just came in. Anyways, so I wanted to do it in July because I wanted my family here. Like, I wanted everyone here. I wanted to be able to run with them, and I wanted to not have to worry about them going back to school or missing school or whatever. So yes, it's hot, and yes, that's a price I'm willing to pay. We're running them all in the morning, so it's, I'm always done by 11 or noon at the absolute latest, even if it's a super slow day. So bright and early start, long drive. My son decided to come in. So we ended up taking 2 cars because there was a big crew of us. They have 3 kids, husband, wife, 3 kids, me, Tyson, Alexandre. So there's 8 of us on the road for this Run With Rob day. She crushed her 5K. Really, really awesome conversation. We ran right through Souris. And it's not Souris like in Manitoba. It's Souris, but it's the same spelling. Souris is the largest town on the eastern part of the island. So there's kind of Charlottetown, and then there's nothing east of that. Nothing. This is my experience, and I'm not an islander. So if you're from PEI and you disagree, I'm sorry. It's just my experience. So I'm not trying to offend anyone. It certainly feels very rural on the northeast tip there of the island. So Souris is the first kind of real town you see. And, I think they have a Tim Hortons. And anyways, we ran right through Souris, went to the boardwalk. Thank God Derek was on the ball today because Nicole and I were running on the boardwalk. And he comes up to me, he's like, hey, he phones me. The boardwalk goes to the middle of nowhere, and then you got to turn around. So it would have been 2.7 kilometers out in the middle of nowhere. We would have to turn around. It would have thrown all the numbers off, but Derek caught it. So Nicole and I did 5K. It was great. And then next up was her son. He's like, 11 years old, and my son. And here we are, we're doing a 5K. I don't think he runs much because he's pretty young, right? He's very athletic. He's a hockey player, he's a baseball player. But I had so much fun running with those 2 guys. Just talking about different things that you don't talk about. If you're running with an 11-year-old, it's not like running with. Anyways, I loved it. I loved running with the kids because I ran with the kids for the next 20K. Then after him, the 9-year-old I ran with, she was moving. She was 9. She was moving. You may recall last year my 6-year-old back then had done, what did she do? 3K or a 4K? I don't remember exactly, but she had run quite a bit because my family did a relay. Anyways, this was the equivalent. She decided she was going to do a 5K, and she did a 5K. And she was so dedicated. She was pounding the pavement. She ended up doing like sub 7-minute Ks. So I think she did a 34-minute 5K. So she's 9. I was really impressed, thoroughly impressed. And she's just so full of energy. And that was the nicest 5K, I would argue, so far on the island. That Fortune, I think it's called Fortune Cove or Fortune Bay, or it was just so beautiful. So beautiful. You're up on top of a little valley. You're looking down onto a bay, and there's water, and then there's all these. It's like on the other side, there's elevation. It was like out of a movie. And I was like, what do you think of the view? She's like, oh, it's nice. And I was thinking, I think a lot of people would have killed to have this view. She did appreciate it though. But so she did 5K. Then the oldest daughter, 13-year-old, she did 10K, but she overlapped with, so that's, because Derek wanted to do a half. I told Derek, I said, they took care of 25K. All you have to do is 16. He's like, no, I want to do a half. I came here to do a half. I'm going to do a half. And it's funny because when I told him that I had some cancellations for Tuesday and I had nobody to run on Tuesday, he's like, you know what? Let's get it done now. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get this thing over with so I can enjoy the rest of my week. So Derek's here for a whole week. His family, so he wants to do this early and get it done. Today is Tuesday, so he wanted to get this thing done early, and because it's torture for him, right? So he's like, if I don't do it, if I wait all week, then I'm gonna dread it. If I get it over with and done, then I can crush some beers and go golfing and have a good time. So that's what he did. The temperature by the time we got to Derek was scorching. We were on the highway now at this point. So this is a stretch here where we're not on the trail. I don't know when we catch the trail next. I think, so now we're on the kind of the river coast. I believe it's called the Island Walk. And we're just trying to, I guess we're running around the tip of the island, and we're going to make our way south. I don't remember that. I think Murray Harbor or something like that is where we're going next. But, we're we're running on, and then at some point we catched a trail again, and then we finished the last few days on the trail. But for now, we are on the coast, and that means highways and small roads, but like no shoulders. I've said this before, I've complained about this before, but there's no shoulders. Well, all of a sudden we're off the highway today, and they sent us down this gravel, it's not a gravel road, it's a dirt road. It's a red dirt road, like red dirt, PEI dirt, just on this dirt road. And the sun was beaming, and Derek was losing his mind. It was so hot. We both had our tarps off, and he was just, I could see him suffering. He was just suffering so bad. It was hot. It was unbearably hot. Now, normally, I would have been suffering here. But for some reason, I think I've alluded to this in the past on the Run With Rob journey. When I'm with someone who's suffering more than me, for some reason, which is most days, by the way, for some reason, those miles become really easy. And I don't know why. I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that I feel bad for the guy, and I'm just thankful not to be suffering as much as him. And then I turn into like a motherly or a coaching or like a motivational type role. But even if I don't, like today, I wasn't saying anything to Derek. Like, we work together. I spent a lot of time with this guy. He's the human being. Like, do I spend more time with him than my wife? Probably. Yeah, probably, because 8-10 hours a day. I don't know what the math is, but I spend a lot of time with this guy. So we know each other like brothers. So I know that he did not want a motivational talk from me. I know he did not want a pep talk. I know he didn't want to hear that. You think of how great this is going to be when you finish this, Derek. It's going to feel awesome. You're going to forever be a 2:35 marathoner. No, I didn't. I didn't bother with the pep talk. I didn't bother with it's got to hurt. It's got to be tough. It's got to be difficult. Didn't bother with any of that. So instead, I just head down and suffered, like felt his sufferance next to me. And for some reason, those are easier days. They're like just way easier days. I was like, well, at least I'm not that guy. And the miles flew by, even though we ended up taking, I don't know, was it 5 hours? I don't know how long it took today. It was probably 5 hours. Because he probably took, I think he took 2.5 hours. It was hot. It was scorching. They told us at the last aid station that their temperature said feels like 36. So it was feeling like it was 36. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was humid. Or felt like my skin was peeling off my body. And it was this scorching red earth. Anyways, he was counting down the kilometers and finally got it done. So we finish. I had a great day though. Like I can't tell you how hard this day was, and I can't tell you how easy it was for me. And I know that might sound oxymoronic, whereby the prior 2 days, they were like long, lonely days, but they weren't tough conditions. But they were just long, lonely days by myself. I was just kind of missing human contact. I was just missing people. So, and by the way, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling awesome. It was just, today was so much more fun. Like, I love running. I love running with people, as you guys know. Today was just so much fun. It was so different to run with kids, to run with his wife, to run with the whole family, and to see them all cheer each other on. Like, they had a cheering crew, and they were, every aid station, it was like they were all pulling for each other, the family was, and they all wanted to do this together. So they were cheering each other on. And man, that was just awesome. It's one of the unique things about this Run With Rob thing, and I absolutely love it. So day 9 today in the books. We went to this, I don't know, it's a seafood shop or whatever it's called. And Derek and I asked the server if we could just go jump into the lake, because there was a lake right across from she said, oh yeah, people do it all the time, with her Islander accent. And we took our shirts off and just went in and there was a dock there, and we just jumped in the lake. That's the cool thing about PEI. There's every restaurant we eat at, there's a lake or an ocean or a river or something next door. So it was awesome. I had a lot of good food too, and now Derek's going to celebrate, and the whole family's going to celebrate. That family deserves it. So, man, I can't believe I'm 9 days in already. It's crazy how this is fast. 9 days in, and I'm feeling 1,000,000%. It's like I don't have one thing that my feet are a little swollen, a tiny bit swollen. I've been wearing the same pair of shoes. They're tiny bit swollen. I think I'll go back to my Hoka Gaviotas because they're half a size bigger in the bigger toe box. But I'm just eating well. I'm sleeping well, and I feel great. So we're in an Airbnb, so relaxing. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support I'm getting on Strava, guys. I appreciate it. Wish you a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.